I would say a lot of it was, pretty geographic as far as a friend of a friend, knowing somebody in the industry, being able to just make those connections face to face. Something that I've been working on a lot the last few years is reaching out to people that I don't know, reaching out to bigger companies, reaching out to just outsiders that might know nothing about the motorcycle industry, but think it's cool and want to get in something that sounds fun. So that's been the biggest thing that I've been trying to work on is just expanding my horizons, I guess is the best way to say it. Easier said than done, but at the end of the day, without sponsors, nobody can do this. So trying to make sure that we take care of the people that take care of us is another huge aspect of what I'm trying to do. And the same thing that you guys do. You guys know that better than anybody else. It all goes full circle.
Yeah.
So
no, for sure. I think, marketability is probably just as important, if not more important than results now.
Yeah,
every year it gets less and less important to actually get results than it does to do the other stuff, you know. What would you say would be, one of your I don't know, biggest takeaways or potential advice to like somebody, the next generation of kids coming up in terms of that kind of stuff? Because I think that's like, you see a lot of these younger kids now, and obviously everyone has Instagram, everyone has social media, but I don't know that everyone really gets that side of it.
Yeah. I would say the biggest piece of advice that I was ever given is make yourself irreplaceable. Whether it's on the track, whether it's off the track, find something that you can do that nobody else can, or at least that you can do better, and make that your niche. That's what you're going to go after, and that's what people will want you for. Just like what you guys were saying, it's almost more important to have that ability off the track versus, obviously you have to do decent, but you don't need to be, smoking everybody by half a lap every single time. If you can't get in front of a camera and do an interview, you're SOL. So being able to have that knowledge, being able to have that skill set, and being able to get in front of a camera, get in front of a interviewee, interviewer, whoever it might be, and be able to actually have a conversation, I think is huge.
What would you say what do you lean on? Like, what's yours?
Oh man, I would say my niche would be the fire department. That's what I've been really pushing with my own sponsorship proposals, is being able to reach across multiple industries, whether it's with the motorsports stuff, automotive stuff with my company, but mostly with the fire department, because at the end of the day, not to be boastful about it, not to brag about it, but people love firefighters. Even if I'm,
you're hot, you know what I mean?
if I'm not
Jayson Uribe's calendar, firefighter calendar coming out.
Yeah,
starring in the next episode of Rescue Me.
I might not be like the smoke jumper. I might not be the hotshot D1 guy, but it's trying to really leverage every aspect that you can, I think is huge. And I love the fire department. I love the camaraderie. I love the station I'm with. The people I've met has been life-changing, and I'm just trying to make sure I can present that to other people as well.
What do you feel like is like the biggest hurdle for you? I obviously you've been around for like a really long time, and I think a lot of people know your name from maybe inside the paddock, but in terms of like bringing yourself to the forefront as like a personality. What do you feel like is like the biggest challenge as far as that goes? Obviously, results always help because people want to root for a guy who's on the podium or whatever, which this year was big for you in that case. But is there things that you feel like are more difficult, or you feel like you have to try harder at in terms of getting to that point?
Yeah, I would say the thing I definitely have been working on a lot about improving in my own aspects, so to say, is trying to be funny. It might sound stupid, but just being able to be witty and have those sharp answers that might not always be politically correct. One of the things I hear a lot, whether it's from friends, family, fans, whoever, it gets to a point where you're so professional, where you're so like following the script that it gets boring and nobody really wants to care about it, if that makes sense. So being able to be professional and keep everybody happy, keep the big, the money people happy, and be able to do your job, but still have a little bit of fun and make people like you, I think is something I'm trying to get better at.